Hello everybody, Danny and Wanda back from Pecan Grove. It is super hot out here right now, guys. It's in the 90s. And we're in a bad drought situation here. I was going to save all my fields to cut for hay, but right when I needed to cut them a couple months back, I had a heart issue that happened, and it put me out of commission for the better part of a month or month and a half with appointments and wearing monitors and, you know, having my heart out of rhythm as bad as it was and all. And we did not get to cut the hay and bale it at that time, which is okay because I already had 60 round bales of red clover that I had bought this past spring, just in anticipation that something might happen. Well, we still have the grass here, and what I did just then was cut underneath the power line all the way from here to way down in yonder. What Wanda and I decided on was we got a lot of fields back in here. We've got the real big fields over on the other side over here. What we decided was, if we cut it in stages, like say I just cut 4 rows, and I'm going to take the grapple and I'm going to go through there and I'm going to pick up all that grass with the grapple and I'm going to bring it up here and put it in the fields for the cows. We figure if we do 4 rows at a time like this, and we're not supposed to get a freeze until looks like sometime around December, then for the whole month of November, I can still feed my cows this grass, and it'll have green grass in it. Now, it's not going to have the nutritional value that it once did, but it has better nutritional value with the green in it than it would if I went ahead and cut it and just baled it all right now. At least this way, the cows are still getting some green grass in with their other grass that they're eating. And we feel like that that'll help us to stretch our other hay, because we don't know how long these droughts going to last. It could last another year for all I know. And we got to be able to go all the way through the winter and everything. But now what we have done is, y'all that have followed us pretty regularly know that at one point we had 13 cows and the bulls. Well, we were told that this year would be a bad drought year. So back in the spring, we downed all of our cows, even our good cows. I mean, Miss Dolly and been with us since day one. You know, good milk cow.
We didn't down them.
No. When I say down them, we got rid of them. We sold them to people who really went to good homes. Let's put it that way. And you know, we sold Mr. Dexter, Miss Daisy, Miss Dixie, all them to one of our children, so that they could get them a cattle herd of Dexter started. And we just kept, you know, we kept downing them like that, selling them to people who really would use them. And they went to good homes, down to where we just have Mr. Duke now. We have Hadassah, Hassan, and Candy. We got 4 big cows now, and we have 2 little bulls that's already spoken for. So just as soon as they get big enough to leave here, you know, they're going to leave here. And that'll leave us with only 4 big animals to go through the winter with, 3 cows and a bull. And I feel like that's manageable for us on the amount of paddocks we have. Now, what you're looking at back here, this is going to, I know I originally said I wasn't going to fence in any more paddocks, but I am going to fence this back paddock in when I get a chance, so that we can do even more rotational grazing with the 4 that we have. And by doing that, it will allow us to be able to not overgraze any one point of our pastures. This year being a drought, we're coming real close to overgrazing. Now it's fall, and the cows have eat this down to where we've had to pull them out of a lot of this. They're not in these paddocks anymore. We've taken them out just to give it a rest, because we're going to come in and as soon as we get a chance for some rain or something like that to possibly happen, we'll be planting it back in ryegrass and clover and stuff like that. We just got to get some rain, you know. But, you know, when you start having animals in drought, as much as we loved our other cows, I mean, it was a hard decision. Maybe it wasn't for Wanda, but it was for me, to let Miss Dolly go, because Miss Dolly was just, she was as good as gold, you know. I mean, you could milk her, you could do anything with her, because she was just a great cow to have. Now, she was a mama cow. I mean, she was the matriarch at that time. But, you know, when you get rid of one matriarch, you get another one. Miss Candy's a matriarch now. So, Miss Candy will be, sad as I have to say it, she will be the next one. If we have to get rid of one, she'll be the next one that'll have to go. Miss Candy was our first baby. Miss Dolly was our first cow. Candy was, her calf was our first baby calf. And Miss Candy is just, I don't know. It'd be hard for me to get rid of Miss Candy. You know,
she'll have to get old.
She'll just have to get really, really old. Because I love Miss Candy. And Miss Candy is so gentle, so easy to handle, you know. Now, Hadassah and Shushan, they're just as calm as she is. You can milk all of them. You know, that's what we were after. Now, Mr. Duke is Mr. Duke. That's all I can say about him. He has a temperament that's all his own. When he wants to love on you, he'll love on you. When he don't want you messing with him, he don't want you messing with him, you know. But now you have to understand, he is a bull. And like all herd bulls, after 3 to 4 years, you know, he will move on to somewhere else, maybe where somebody needs another herd bull, and I will put another herd bull in here. You know, because we've already changed out once. We got rid of Mr. Dexter, and now we've got Mr. Duke. And Mr. Duke is not kin to anybody here except Miss Candy, and it's a down-the-line kin to him. And it hasn't been a problem. Her calves look really, really good from him. But that's where we're at, guys. I'm fixing to go get the grapple. I'm going to come scrape this grass up and start dribbling it around in the fields out here for the cows to eat. And, you know, when you run homesteads, you know, sometimes you just have to make these decisions. I love my old cub. It never, hardly ever lets me down. I did, a while ago, I did go ahead and replace the PTO gaskets and seals on the rear of it back here. Went ahead and put all that in there new, because when we did the cornmeal, we had some grease on the ground underneath it, and I thought that it was all these seals, and the top seal was a little bad, so I figured I'd go ahead and replace it. But I also have to replace the seals in my belt-driven PTO system. When I got to replace the seals in that. So the sickle bar is something that I love. Now, I am going to have to get another one of these, because the other top part of it's broke off up here that helps lay the grass over. So I will be looking for another one of them. But I've had to redo this. This is not something that I really like right here, because I have to pull a pin out every time. I did have a wing nut on it, but I kept having problems with the wing nut falling off and losing it out here while I was cutting. So I decided to do away with that. And I am going to have to get me what's called a shoe right here. There's a shoe right there. I got to replace that. The back wore off of it. But I really can't complain, because it is doing a fantastic job. Get this pin in here. Bring that back. There we go. All right, we're going to go get the grapple and see if we can't gather us some hay. on, Miss Candy. Woo! Come on, Mr. Duke. Come on, here. Woo! Woo! Come on. Come on, Hadassah. Come on, Hadassah. Come on, here. Come on. Come on, here. Woo! Come on. Woo! Come on, Hadassah. Come on. Come on here. Come on here, little man.
He's on the other side of the fence.
Yeah, he knows where he's going. He'll figure it out.
Candy's got a taste of all of them.
Oh, they'll go around to each one of them.
Poor baby.
Come on here, little man. Come on. He'll run around everywhere trying to figure out how to get over here.
He's going the wrong way.
He'll figure it out. All right, I'm gonna go get some more while their minds are on this.
Bossy. Well, guys, that ended up being a little bit more hay than I thought it was. It's the equivalent of almost a round bale of hay. And they should have, they probably got today and maybe tomorrow on that. Maybe late tomorrow afternoon, I'll cut them some more. I'll judge by what's left in the field. If there's any left out there, I won't cut any, but if they pretty much eat it up, then I'll cut them some more. But anyway. And y'all are probably wondering why you see that round ring out there. I know they're going to be the people who's going to ask me, why didn't you dump it in the round ring instead of out in the field? Well, that's green grass. And if you dump green grass in a big giant pile in it like that, you're going to create a fire in this 90-something degree temperature we're having. So I don't need a fire right now because it would be bad. I even stay concerned in the size piles that I made out there, because when the dew hits that tonight, I'll have to come out a couple of times and check to make sure it's not sitting there smoking, because I have had it set itself on fire before. And there is enough green grass in that to create a heat. So we just thought maybe this afternoon we'd take y'all along on one of our little bitty chores that we do here at the place to take care of our cows during this drought that we're having here. Lord's been good to us. We did not cut the grass earlier. If we had cut it 2 months ago, it would all be dead now. But because we let it stay thick and deep, it kept the hot sun from hitting down underneath it. We should be, from this point forward, we should be going into some cooler days. And I say cooler, I mean we're going to be in the mid-80s. But that's not going to kill the grass bad, you know, like it would if it was 90-something degree with a heat index of almost 100. So it's getting late in the afternoon, guys. Me and Miss Wanda got to get in, get us something to eat, and see if we can't rest a little bit today. So thank you guys from Pecan Grove.